All right, today we're going to learn variables on both sides, inequalities, variables on both sides. What we're going to do first, remember, is that we're going to move our terms to the other side. So, I got an x over here. I like to have my x's on the left and my numbers on the right. So I'm going to bring my 4 over, and I'm going to bring my 2 over. And when I do that, I got to do the opposite. So I'm going to, this is a positive 4, so I have to do a minus 4x. And this is a minus 2, so I'm going to do a plus 2 on this side. So we're going to kind of switch it around. So I'm going to do 5x minus 4x, and then I'm going to have a less than or equal to sign, and then 3 plus 2. 5 minus 4 becomes 1, or I can just say x. Bring down my inequality sign, a less than or equal to sign. 3 plus 2 is 5. I have my answer. I don't have to go any further. Now I need to graph it. I put about 3 numbers on there. 5, 6, 4. It is less than or equal to, so I need to close my circle because I have the line. And since this is a less than is L, the left, so I'm going to go to the left. Question 2. Now I'm going to do the same as question 1. I'm going to move my terms to the other side. So I want to keep my x's on here, so I got my 8 and my x. So they're on the left. But I also have a 6 and I have a 2. Make sure when you're looking at it that you indicate what kind of 2 it is, if you're adding or subtracting, so you know when you bring it over. When I bring my 6 over, it's positive, so I'm going to make it negative 6x. I see here that this is positive 2, so I'm going to bring it over and make it a minus 2x. Now I have also a 4. A 4 is what I'm going to bring over here. It's positive, so I'm going to make it minus 4. So now I'm going to, whatever I circled, I'm going to bring to the other sides. So I'm going to 8x plus x minus 6x minus 2x. Bring down our inequality sign of a greater than. Then I have minus 10 minus 4. I'm going to combine my terms. 8 plus 1, 7, 7 minus 8 will give me negative 1x. I made a little mistake. 8 plus 1 is 9x minus 8x, which will give me x. Bring down my greater than sign. Negative 10 minus 4 is negative 14. I don't have to go any further. Now I'm going to graph it. Negative 14, negative 13, negative 15. It is a greater than symbol, so it's an open circle. And I'm going to point it to the right. I have a fraction here, and to get rid of it, we're going to need to multiply 5 to every term in the problem. So then we don't have to worry about fractions. So these cross out, and I get 4x minus 15. Less than 10x plus 15. Now, again, I'm going to rotate what is not common over to the other side. So it's kind of like a bridge, just like in an equation. I want to have the things that are in common over on the same side. 10. The 10x needs to move over. It's positive 10, so I'm going to make it minus 10. The 15 will need to move over to this side. So I'm going to go over here and make it a plus 15. So what I'm going to get When I do this, I'm going to get a 4x minus 10x less than 15 plus 15. Even though I didn't put a positive, like plus 15 here, it still means positive. So 4 minus 10x will give me negative 6x is less than 15 plus 15 is 30. I will divide by a negative 6. And when I divide by my negative 6, I'm going to have to flip my inequality sign because this is a negative number. It's going to change to greater than. 30 divided by negative 6 is negative 5. So my inequality will have negative 5, negative 4, negative 6. It is a greater than sign, so we're going to have an open circle, and it's going to point to the right. Question 4. Question 4, again, it's very similar to question 3. We have a fraction, so I'm going to multiply every term by 5. I get rid of these, and I keep my numerator that's on top. X minus 4. Bring down my inequality sign of greater than or equal to. 9 times 5 is 45. Minus 10x. 2 times 5. I'm going to go and make sure, again, it's like doing an equation. I have my bridge. I'm going to bring over my x terms, and I'm going to bring over my number terms so that they're all on the same side. So I'm going to move this negative 10 over by plussing it, 10x. I'm going to move this negative 4 over and make it positive 4 on this side. So when I bring this over, I'm going to get negative positive 10 plus x, positive 10x plus x is greater than or equal to 4 plus 45. When I bring these together, because this means 1, I'll get 11x is greater than or equal to 49. We'll have to divide by 11 to both sides. X is greater than or equal to 49 over 11. I can simplify because if I'm graphing it, I can't graph it the way it is. It is a fraction, and it'll be easier if we make it into a mixed number. So 11 can go into 49 4 times with the remainder of 5 11ths. So X is greater than or equal to 4 and 5 11ths. So when I graph it, I'm going to graph it the same as the other ones, but I'm not going to put it exactly on 4. 3, 4, 5. It's going to be a closed circle because it is a equal to. That line helps me to color in the circle. It's a greater than. We'll point to the right. And what I want to do is, I just made a mistake. I'll put it in between the 5 and the 4 because it's not exactly. It's greater than. It is larger than 4 itself. So I want to make sure I put that mark in between the 4 and the 5. And finally, our last one, question 5. What you want to do is, again, bring these over to the other side. You want to bring your numbers just like if we were having a bridge, and I'll bring the x's over to the left and numbers over to the right. So I'm going to subtract 6, add 5. So I'm going to rewrite it. 2x minus 6x is less than negative 4 plus 5. And remember, I'm going to bring that term down. It's going to stay the same. 2 minus 6 is 4x is less than 4. Negative 4 plus 5 is negative 1. I divide 4 to both sides. I get x is less than negative 1/4. I do not flip my sign on this one. I only flip my sign when my coefficient, the number with the x, is negative. So now I'm going to graph. I'm going to put 0, 1, 2, knowing that negative, oh, don't want to do that, that would be the wrong graph. 0, negative 1, negative 2. You're going to put your point in between 0 and negative 1. So I'm going to have an open circle. And because it's facing a less than sign, I'm going to point it to the left. And that will be your answer. And this is inequalities with variables on both sides.